We've got some very big and juicy updates about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Wait until you hear this. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor, smash that like button, and let's get right into this juicy news. Should we cut that? No, I nailed it? All right, cool. Okay, so there's a variety of new information coming out about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I want to break it all down. Now, let's start with this post that was on Reddit. Now, this is a new Reddit user, but this guy appears to be vetted by the moderators over at Marvel Studios. Spoilers, a lot of people are buying into what he is saying. So let's take this with a pinch of salt, but it appears to be real, and it appears to corroborate a lot of other leaks and rumors about the show. First point of business, Ross will reappear to restrict Sam from being the new Captain America due to his Accords violations. This is something we've heard before, but cool to see that it is confirmed, or sort of confirmed by this post. You know what I'm saying. Zemo will attempt to trigger Bucky, who then pretends to be in Hydra mode before emptying the gun and saying he doesn't do that anymore. This is a scene that we saw from the trailers where it's chopped together with those bullets coming out. Very cool. We will see some footage of Sam training in the Air Force Falcon program. During what seems like a crucial battle, it appears Zemo discovers one last trigger word, a deactivation code, knocking out Bucky instantly and presumably killing him. We then see Sam pick up the shield for the first time since being confronted by Ross. Oh, and this guy also confirms the Isaiah casting, which we're going to get into in a second here. But it's important to note here, guys, that this person worked on a production company that edited together the Super Bowl commercial, or the big game commercial, right? So this guy saw a lot of different footage. They ended up condensing the footage down for the cut of the actual trailer. So he's literally seen some of these things from the show. Now let's talk about the Isaiah Bradley rumors all going into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Isaiah Bradley, very interesting Marvel character. I'm going to read right from an article Jeremy Conrad did on MCU Cosmic, and then I'm going to speculate and talk about how all of this new information likely fits together. It's very cool. So Jeremy says, one of the hidden truths in the Marvel Universe is that Steve Rogers wasn't America's first attempt at creating a super soldier. This was revealed in the 7-issue miniseries from 2003 titled Truth, Red, White, and Black, where it was revealed that America forcibly tested the serum on involuntary soldiers, one of whom was Isaiah Bradley. Bradley went on to become an important member of the Marvel Universe, and his grandson, Elijah, becomes the young Avenger known as Patriot. Now comes a report from Slash Film on the casting of Carl Lumbly in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they say while it's possible that he might not be playing Isaiah in the series, the elder Bradley will play a major role in the show and behind Sam's decision to take on the mantle of Captain America. Now, this is coming from Slash Film, says here, according to our sources, the series will be about Falcon initially refusing to take up the mantle of Captain America, but ultimately changing his mind after discovering the secret history of the Super Soldier program by encountering Bradley, who was actually the original Captain America. While we can't say with 100% certainty that Lumbly is definitely playing Bradley, we know the character is a part of the show, so this casting would make a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Chill. Sounds awesome. So Isaiah Bradley going to be in there, and when we combine this with the post from the guy that cut together the trailer, we're starting to get a pretty clear idea of what this plot initially will be. It looks like it's going to start out with Sam Wilson practicing with the shield. That shot we see of him putting it into the tree, I think that's going to be him practicing, and he is actually going to be visited by General Thunderbolt Ross, because you'll have to remember the Sokovia Accords and what was going on with the Avengers and the World Council and the UN and all of these different things. That is still in play, and so we know that they're going to be propping up U.S. citizens, but it looks like what's going to happen is although Steve Rogers gives the shield to Sam Wilson and gives him his blessing, and he's like, hey, you're the new Captain America. Essentially, the government not going to be feeling that way. And remember this, the Captain America program is government controlled. It was the United States government that created Captain America. And so by their account, I'm sure Captain America, that's a state-sponsored program that is state property. That shield is property of the United States military. And so they're likely going to show up. General Ross is going to be like, yo, man, you were on the side of against the Accords. in Civil War. You sided with Captain America, who was a fugitive. The world needs heroes, but it's not going to be you, Sam. We've got a different guy for the job. Now, there's, of course, this other plot and what's going on with Winter Soldier and the fact that he's, going to be called White Wolf and all that. Zemo's going to attempt to trigger him. He's going to pretend to be triggered by Hydra. We know Hydra's playing a role in this series. They were those fly-y dudes. Those were Hydra agents. Some people think that was even Zemo, but either way, those were Hydra agents that Falcon is fighting in that scene. But basically, you're going to have this plot going on with Winter Soldier where he's dealing with all of that, while Falcon is dealing with this whole idea of being Captain America. It really does appear that Sam is going to say to General Ross, okay, you got it. I'm not Captain America. I can't be Captain America. And he willingly gives the shield up. And then that's when all that propaganda starts and they build up the John Walker character, right? But what is apparently going to happen is that something with Zemo and Hydra is happening here. Hydra has still has their fingers in these pies. They are likely still involved with whatever the U.S. government is doing with the Captain America program, possibly even propping up these new Avengers for, the sake of making the world feel safe. And at a crucial moment, what's going to happen is Zemo is going to do this last trigger word on Bucky, knock him out, and it'll be during that moment when Sam Wilson picks up the shield again and actually starts using the shield to whoop a bunch of butt. And so what I think is going to happen here is the Isaiah Bradley character is going to have a run-in with Sam Wilson. Sam will realize that there were all of these horrible experiments done on all of these African-American soldiers during World War II to try to get the super soldier serum working again. Because what happens in the comic books is after Steve Rogers is created, the doctor that helps create him is killed, right? We've seen that in Captain America, the movie, right? So that dude gets killed, and therefore they consider those experiments with Steve Rogers a failure because they can't replicate the super soldier serum, okay? So then they secretly start experimenting on all these African-American soldiers. Now, obviously, there's a racial tie to the Tuskegee experiments, which were a real historical event in which the United States did experiment on a bunch of African Americans with syphilis. It's a horrible, horrible event that's sort of covered up in American history. You're going to want to check that out because that's sort of what actual historical event inspires the experiments that are then talked about with Isaiah Bradley. And so the Isaiah Bradley character likely going to reveal that to Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson's going to be like, holy crap, man, there is precedence for me to be Captain America. There was a black Captain America. And this is sort of an anti-government, anti-establishment racism sort of plot, right? They're going to talk about some of the dark sides of American history, institutionalized racism, some of these things that are really bad. And I think it's going to really give an interesting through line to the show. Because you'll have to remember here that, like, Steve Rogers, although created by the U.S. government, does not sign the Sokovia Accords because he doesn't believe in this government interference, and that once you have all of these really powerful people calling all of the shots, that is not good. That is not freedom. That's not what Steve believed in. And it's going to be really interesting to see if this through line with Isaiah Bradley and Sam Wilson, if there's any commentary by Steve Rogers. Is old man Steve going to be in the show? Did he know about Isaiah Bradley? What is going on with all of that? Is this all going to tie into some storyline that makes Sam Wilson realize that not only should he be Captain America, but that he has to be Captain America, that there are specific reasons that Steve picked him and that he's got to step up to the plate, right? The reluctant hero and all that, he's just got to do it. And also really interesting, of course, is Elijah, right? The character of Patriot. And we know that the Young Avengers is coming. We've been talking about the Young Avengers a lot on this channel. They've obviously been setting this up. Kang is possibly going to set up Iron Lad. We've got Hulkling, we've got Speed, we've got Wiccan. All the Young Avengers are being established. And so, of course, Isaiah Bradley being in Falcon and the Winter Soldier sets up that his grandson, Elijah, could indeed be Patriot in the Young Avengers. So my overall thoughts here are just that this is very exciting. Like, this is all really, really interesting stuff. I am most excited out of all the Disney Plus stuff that's coming out. I'm most excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I love the Sam Wilson character. I love the Bucky Barnes character. They're both dealing with a lot, and it's going to be very interesting that you have Thunderbolts creeping. You're going to have General Ross trying to create this state-sponsored Captain America. You've got this racial undertone, this idea that sort of represents the Tuskegee experiments, this Isaiah Bradley character, all of this sort of dark history, and this element of anti-establishment, anti-government. I think that's all really, really cool, and I just hope that it's handled with a lot of nuance. I don't think it's going to be like hitting us over the head with stuff, because at the end of the day, it's not that they don't want Sam Wilson as Cap because he is black. It is because he didn't sign the Accords. But there's also this racial tension built in to America's history, which will be on display in this fictional universe because of the Isaiah Bradley character. So I find all of this very fascinating. I think it's going to tie together brilliantly, and I'm just super excited to see the show. But those are the updates, guys. Very interesting stuff coming out on Reddit by someone who worked on the trailer for the Super Bowl, showing us a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the show, including this thing with Winter Soldier, that Zemo will have this trigger word to like shut him down. That's going to be a big deal. The fact that they don't want Sam Wilson to be Cap because of the Sokovia Accords. And then we also, of course, talked about the Isaiah Bradley character coming in and how that all ties together with really interesting stuff from both actual history and the history in Marvel Comics. Let us know what you think about all of this and more in the comment section below. Now I want to shout out Dante Saricchia. Indeed, Hydra was the organization that the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman character joins around the time of Secret Invasion. So shout out to you, Dante. And now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know, what is the name of the doctor that actually does perfect the super soldier serum and help create and recruit Steve Rogers as Captain America? Yeah, the doctor that died in the Captain America movie. What was the name of that guy? Answer the question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.